Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Today we have a very, very, very special guest, an amazing, powerful leader from Malaysia that has took his business from Malaysia and now around the world and has achieved one of the highest rankings in 𝐉𝐸𝐺𝐿, right, in Malaysia. Somebody that has vast experience in the network marketing industry, somebody that has written his own book on being how to achieve success in network marketing. You must get that book. Maybe later, the topic speaker, Mr. Gary Gunn, can also talk about the book. And he is somebody that we want to find out from him. And his topic of today is, let me get his exact word for his topic. So we have Mr. Gary Gunn to come in on today, 6A3-5. His topic is Journey to Your Freedom with the 𝐘𝐿 Business. Journey to Your Freedom with the 𝐘𝐿 Business. So this is somebody you want to take notes. The recording will be available. Most importantly, I want you guys to absorb as much as you can from this gentleman and his sharing today. Without any further ado, can we give a big round of applause to our powerful leader here, 6A3-5, Gary Gunn. Let's give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. If you cannot, if your camera is not on, you must turn on your camera because we would like to see you. Gary would like to see you because the more energy you give to the speaker, the more value he will give back to you. If you don't give him the energy, right, then he also saves some of the energy for himself, don't want to give to you, right? So the more energy you give him, the more he will give it to you. So let's give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's type hello, Gary, in the chat box. All right, so Gary, can you hear me well? And can you just test your mic? Fantastic.
Loud and clear, Simon.
Fantastic.
Loud and clear.
So, Gary, I'll let you lead the show. I have some questions for you, maybe towards the end. But today, your topic is Journey to Your Freedom in Your 𝐘𝐿 Business. We would love to hear from you on why you chose 𝐉𝐸𝐺𝐿, what were your struggles. You've been involved for how many? For more than 10 years, right, Gary? More than 10 years.
In 𝐉𝐸𝐺𝐿 is 12.
12 years. 12 years in 𝐉𝐸𝐺𝐿. And in the network marketing industry,
30
years. Can somebody type wow in the chat box? 30 ya, 30 years of experience in network marketing. And the last of that 30 years, the 12th years, is in 𝐉𝐸𝐺𝐿. So Gary, over to you. We would love to hear your story. I'm sure you have some good stuff to share with us today. Over to you, and thank you so much for coming on to the Zoom. All right, so over to you again.
Thank you so much, Simon. Firstly, I'd like to thank Simon who reached out to me, and of course 𝐉𝐸𝐺𝐿 Malaysia, my home country of Malaysia, and inviting me to do a sharing with all of you. And today, wow, I can see there's 130 people in the chat in today's Zoom. So for those of you who probably have not seen me or probably followed me on my social media, I would like to just give a very quick background of who am I, so that at least if you are looking at this, maybe the 𝐉𝐸𝐺𝐿 or 𝐘𝐿 is your first time or your first network marketing, then you probably relate to my story. Okay, so as just what Simon has told you, in 𝐉𝐸𝐺𝐿, I'm 12 years. April 2011, I joined, and in network marketing industry, I'm actually 30 years is official because I joined. I officially can sign up a application form at 17. So you work the maths, you know how old I am today. So, but I literally grew up in this industry, so it is way more than 30 years. I still remember, I don't know, like, I was, when I'm in my Form 1, I'm not sure what do you call it in your country, but in Malaysia, we call it a Form 1. I was already wearing a coat and on stage talking among all the adults, you know, as we were having a lot of leadership seminar. So that's how I grew up, you know. So basically, once again, my name is Gary Gunn. I come from a beautiful country, Malaysia. And growing up in a very loving family, however, just like many loving family as well, finance is always an issue. My parents are very average parents. Both my late father and my late mother are employees, working people, very good-hearted people, but working people. No idea about money, no idea about how money works, no idea about this idea of freedom, lifestyle, nothing. You know, they just from the normal. I'm very sure. If you agree with me, you've seen or you come from families like this, give me a 2 on the chat button there. You know, where people have no idea, you know, people were just told to go to school, study hard, get good grades, get a good job, work harder in your job, pay more bills, provide for your family. And and sometimes people get off track and then have some bad habits like gambling and drinking and things like that. Then they screw up their life. You know, people like this, you know. So I grew up in an environment like this whereby yeah, we just don't have any idea. But so I grew up as a very ordinary kid, and one particular shift in my life was like this. When I was studying, and for certain reason, I don't know if you guys relate with me. I wasn't the kid that really likes to study, you know, like sometimes you go to a class, you tend to have one group of children that are A-star students, you know, they really excel, A's and all the A's. Then there's another group of students that literally are talking when teachers are talking. They're just playing a fool, you know, and they are the students that always get called to, the parents are called to the teacher's office, principal's office, you know, for reasons that are not good. And then, you know, those days, Asian family, I always get caned by my mother, you know. So and worse is when you're wearing short pants to school, everybody can see your cane marks on your legs, you know. So I grew up in an environment like this, but I always remember that, you know, everybody was telling me to study when I was in school, to study hard. Why study hard? So you can get paper qualifications. And why that? So that you can get a good job. And there I am face to face with a man. At that point of time, he was my idol. My Malaysian friends will probably know the late Tan Sri Lim Gaw Tong, the founder of Genting. He came to Malaya penniless, Chinese immigrant from China, don't speak English, don't even speak Malay. He only speak broken Hokkien and Malay. One of the me to go this direction, and this man has proven to us that these are not important. Maybe there's another way. Maybe there's another route, you know. Nobody's talking about the other route, you know. So I was really, you know, hey, but anyway, I enjoyed my childhood. I played to the max. Yeah, I got into a lot of trouble, but yes, no regret. If I get to come back, I will do that again over. And one of the other major shift in my life was growing up in a network marketing family. Anybody here grew up in a network marketing family? Direct selling, multi-level, MLM. Give me a 5. Give me a 5. If you are just like me, you know, growing up in seminar rooms, you know, and those days we don't use Zoom, right? Like 30 years ago, no such thing as Zoom. So like, you know, I always tell people my second home is a seminar hall. Yeah, because I live out there. My parents goes to a lot of these network marketing meetings, and because of growing up in this environment, I'm very blessed to have a mentor of mine who is none other than my uncle, my first mentor. And he was a legend in the network marketing business industry in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. He was featured in all the MLM magazines, you know. He was called to Canada. He speaks in front of crowds. And you know, as Asian, we used to hero worship. We used to hero worship the Westerners, you know. But then when I saw him, he was up there talking, and all the Westerners was like kneeling down on the floor, sitting on the floor, listening to him. I was like, wow, you know. So it's a change of a ball game there. And that shift came to me was, of course, I don't have much time to talk here, but just a quick one was, he told me one thing. He says, Gary, and that was the defining moment in my change in my life, because at that point of time, I was really, I really didn't know what to do with my life. Okay. I only knew that at 17 years old, I went to Japan for a youth exchange program. I came back falling in love with Japan. I just wanted to go there, you know, whatever it is. Even washing plate in Japan, I don't mind, whatever. But that defining moment was a phone call that he made to me and asked me what exactly do I want in my life. And I told him, and without a doubt, I don't know why, maybe this has always been inside me. It's just that he triggered it. And I just said, I just wanted to be a successful multi-millionaire, just like you. And he says, Gary, based on my many years of experience in life and success, one of the easiest, fastest, most effective way to be successful is to follow a successful person. As simple as that. I was like, you know, because everybody has so many, wow, like success is so difficult, right? And there he is, this ultra successful person telling me the most easiest, most effective, most fastest way to be successful is just to follow a successful person. And I said, wow, okay. Then he asked me a few questions. Do I know the prime minister then in my country 30 years ago? I said, no. Do you know one of the two tycoons? I said, no. Then he says, but you know one person? I say, yeah, I know you. He says, okay, if that's the case, don't go to Japan. Come to my house. Stay in my house. And I mean, I literally took the leap of faith, you know. So I canceled my plans of going to Japan. I went to his house, I stayed with him, and I went on an apprenticeship. He didn't give me money, but the greatest thing that he gave me wasn't even money. He gave me the shift in my mindset. Okay, he taught me how to be a leader. He wasn't even teaching me how to do his network marketing business, but how to be a leader, how to be an entrepreneur, how to be a great person, literally be a successfully great person, you know. So I went through understudy with him, you know, learn. I was still taking a day job. I still remember my first job is a cashier in a pharmacy in a very old shopping mall today. It's called Sogo in Malaysia. My Malaysian friends will know it. Okay, my take-home pay is 450 ringgit. There's barely $100 today, you know. So yeah, so life was kind of interesting in the early days. It was really tough, you know. Money was scarce, not like today, you know. You have time, you have money, everything. But those days were tough. But it's really interesting because at least I had the hope. I can see at least a small light that, you know, I'm progressing. So again, guys, if you are watching this video, all right, if you are watching this Zoom session, and maybe you may not be making the $1 million or the big results in your network marketing journey, in your Kangen business, always tell yourself that little progress, that one person you met today, that one thing you learned today, that one shift in your mindset today amounts to something very big in the near future. This is something you need to realize, you know. Not everything is about dollars and cents. Yes, dollars and cents is a very good measurement for your success in your life, but that's not it, you know. I spoke something on my Facebook. If you want to follow me on my social media charger, you can put my link on the chat box, you know. I talked something about what is more important in our network marketing journey apart from money. Okay, so that's something you can follow that video later. So I grew up that way, and well, I told myself, because when I saw my mentor, I told myself, I said, one day if I'm going to be considered successful, when people is going to say, hey, Gary is so successful, when people is going to label me like that, I said, I want to be like him, you know, that success like him. Why? Because number one, I don't see him working. You know, right? I mean, I'm very sure a lot, especially the traditional Asian mentality, you know, the more you make, the more you work hard, you know, the word hard work, you know, the more you work, the harder you work, there's more sacrifice you give in, the more you get in, right? So we always see people working very hard for success. But I don't see my uncle working hard, my mentor working hard, and yet he's getting all the success. So I like that kind of lifestyle, freedom. That's why today my topic is about freedom, right? So number one, I saw that freedom. Number two, and this number two supersedes the number one, is that everywhere he goes, he seems to get a lot of people coming him to thank him. And I was like, wow, what kind of career that you can get involved in when your whole entire career is about giving value to people, and people that sees you is like, wow, you have impacted their life in a way or the other. It's like, wow. I told myself, I said, if one day I'm going to make it, I want to be like that, you know. I want to be like that And today I'm so happy, you know. Maybe I'm not exactly, but I'm very near. So yeah, and I realized that after going through so many things, I've done so many things in my life. Just to clarify this, I've also got involved in traditional business. Okay, it's still running. I have a printing business. My brother Stephen, I'm not sure if he's here today. My brother Stephen is running for me my traditional business. All right, so I've been involved in traditional business. I've worked before. I'm an employee before. So I played many different roles in my life before. But again, guys, if you have been in network marketing and you are doing Kangen right now, you will know that the satisfaction in this journey in your career right now is so much more fulfilling than a lot more other career out there. If you have been playing it right, of course. Okay, so what is the right playing? Again, get my book. You will know what I mean by the right playing. Okay, so then therefore I told myself, I dabbled in many other businesses. I told myself nothing beats network marketing. Okay, so basically most of y'all, if y'all don't know these few points, I'm just going to very quickly run it through. Number one is low risk, low entry. Guys, I mean, even if you hear of people coming in with trifecta or quad plus, how much can it be? The maximum I heard people coming in is like $20,000, 100,000 ringgit. Wow, you think that's a lot of money? There's nothing comparing to the traditional business out there. Crazy. You know, and then you keep pouring in money without even making. I also don't know, are they being brainwashed for what? I don't know. You know, they're not making money and yet they're pouring in so much money. Sometimes I say, hey, why don't you stop? You know, so in our type of business in Kangen, it's so low entry, so low risk. I mean, you can start with today, Simon just told you, you have even the M-Guard. You can start with something as low as 6,000. It's like 1,500 ringgit. Okay, so entry level, small. You have system. Okay, so in this type of business, I'm very sure now most of y'all are attached to some teams here and there. I'm very sure your team have some form of system. Okay, so imagine if you go out there to do traditional business, no such thing as system, whatever. Okay, so you literally bought into a McDonald's franchise, a Starbucks franchise, you know, and of course, my favorite, passive income, leverage income. If you look at the marketing plan, the whole marketing plan is already showing you that this business is based on leverage. But of course, if you are not doing that leverage part, if you are not building your network, if you are just purely selling and you are not getting passive income, then that's not the company's fault. That's your wrong strategy. That's all. Okay, but passive income, beautiful. And then you have pandemic proof. I still remember when I tally out, my business grew 39.8% during COVID. Where else? It's like everybody is suffering all over the world. And then here am I making 39.8% increase in my business. Pandemic proof. Okay. And then, of course, number 5, generational wealth. We all love that, right? Where else have you have a career where the boss tells you, you know what? Now you are going to come in as a clerk, you work yourself all the way to become an MD of the company. And after that, you can resign, you can retire, and we will still pay your children, your children's children, and your next generation. No such thing. But network marketing, if you are in the right one, like Kangen, yes, you have that. Okay. And you get to partner with world-class manufacturer like in 𝐷𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐺. I mean, it's just like, can you imagine? You get to partner with Elon Musk of Tesla. You know, you get to partner with you know, but here in 𝐷𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐺, open their door openly, you know, so that you can be their partner. And of course, it's global. So I've always loved a global business because, you know, if you are playing in Malaysia, like, I mean, let's just say if you run a coffee shop in Malaysia, no matter how good your business can be, you are in Malaysia. Malaysia has only 17 million people. I mean, sorry, 30 over million. My friends in Cambodia only have 17 million people. Okay, but if you play the world market, guess what? You have like 8 billion today. I don't know how many. I've never kept track of the data. And then there's no stress, no quota. Of course, this only applies to certain network marketing business. If you are lucky and 𝐷𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐺 is your first company, you pray to God every day. No quota, no stress. You look at Simon. Hey, every day look baby face. Why? No stress, ma. Look at this. Coming to 50 years old, still look like 20. So no stress, no quota. Okay, so guys, so basically, I just share with you why Kangen and why network marketing is such ideal. So when I was growing up, I said, this is it, man. I don't want to get involved in things that will potentially screw up my life or my family's life. So I got into this. But then again, guys, I'm very sure you know. Okay, any one of y'all have done more than 5 network marketing business? Give me an I. If any one of y'all have done more than 5 network marketing, give me an I, like you represent yourself, I, you know. Have anyone here have done more than 5 network marketing business? Wow. Well, there are a few of y'all that has done 5. Oh, I thought I'm the only one. Only 2. I only saw 2 responses. Okay, come on. Oh, Victor, my good friend, Victor. Okay. I have done 15. 𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻 is my 15. So don't ask me what are the companies. I also lost track about it. Okay, so I've been involved in many. Okay, I told you I grew up in a network marketing family. Network marketing is in my blood. MLM is in my blood. You cut my hands, you know, blood with MLM will come out. Okay, so I've been involved in so many, and of course I have my pain. I have my glory. I have my fame, and through the years, I realized that, you know, in network marketing, especially like in Kangen, everything is an experience. Of course, every one of you, I'm very sure you will want to enjoy your success. You will want to get your 6A, then after that, your -2, your -3, -5, whatever, -10 maybe. And all of you will want to make a lot of money, and then your money you can provide to your family. But remember this, guys. Network marketing, especially like Kangen business, is a journey. So just like yesterday, I was giving a team training to my Australia team. I just want to share with you all this as well. Do not compare. If you are here today and you're watching me, and maybe you have been doing Kangen for like more than a year or 6 months to a year, and maybe the results is not overly great. I want you to tell yourself this is okay. And maybe if you are comparing with, let's say, Simon. Wow, Simon opened a big Nigeria market, or you're comparing with me, or you're comparing with, let's say, Cynthia Briganti. I want you to do this for yourself. Compare you that you are before you join Kangen. Because the reason is that you cannot compare your chapter 1 with somebody's chapter 10. Like the people who have already, you know, you always hear some record-breaking story, right? How many of you all hear record-breaking stories in Kangen? Give me a 1. Give me a 1 if you have heard. Like, oh, that person became a 6A in 1 month. Oh, that person became a 6A 2-3 in like 1 year. I'm very sure you heard all these record-breaking. Wow, that guy become a 6A 2-6 in like 3 years. I'm very sure you hear all these record-breaking story, and sometimes you may tend to compare and like, why that person and not you? But I just want you to remember, everybody has their own journey. So compare yourself with yourself, how much you have grown through this journey. Because if sometimes when we tend to look outside, I used to tell people, sometimes we need to get away from the noises outside and focus on our real journey, our real objective, our real mission in our business. Because sometimes we get too distracted, and then when we see all this, we get like, oh yo, why am I not, you know, and then you start to justify. Okay, but again, if you are doing it right, if you are building it even slowly, even you are calling 1 person a day, if you are doing 1 posting on social media a day, you are still better than a lot of people that are not trying. All right, so remember that. So through my years, I grew and I did. And of course, to cut the long story short, I actually had a lot of experience in network marketing before I joined 𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻. So when I joined 𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻 in April 2011, I was already like seasoned, or some people call it a master in network marketing, or a seasoned, a professional. Not 100%, but I'm quite there, you know. I've got lots of right contacts, okay, in the network marketing industry. And bear in mind, it is at a time where social media is not popular. I still remember nobody really posts things on Facebook. Nobody really used YouTube. We were still giving out the DVDs. You know, I'm not sure, Simon, if you remember, it was those DVD days, you know. Oh, you are not there. Okay, or you are not there. Okay. So I used to duplicate stacks and stacks of Daniel Dimacali, Bob Gridelli DVDs and giving out. Okay. So in that type of era, and bear in mind, 𝐉𝐴𝐺𝐿𝐫 Malaysia was not even open. So we were like illegally smuggling machines from Hong Kong. Okay, but to say it nice is getting machines from Hong Kong. Okay, anyway, so at that point of time, I remember telling, and I first saw Sam presenting the marketing plan to me, and I asked Sam, I said, Sam, what's the highest rank in 𝐉𝐴𝐺𝐿𝐫? And at that point of time, nobody talks about 682 passive income or Dash3, you know, 5,000. Nobody talks about that lah. The highest, guess what? 6A, right? Everybody those days, 12 years ago, everybody is talking about 6A, you know. So Sam told me 6A. So I asked Sam one question. I said, so Sam, what's the qualification? How to get to 6A? And that is already after. Okay, so I digress back a bit. So the first time when my sponsor, the late Andrew Wee, some of y'all probably know him, when he brought me to an actual demonstration where Pierre Chan was doing the demonstration in Boulevard Hotel, and I was seeing it, I was really sitting right at the back because at that point of time, I was still a top leader in another network marketing business. But soon after that, the company closed, okay, Malaysian company. So I couldn't really show my face right in front. So I was seated right behind, and I was having my cell phone. And after seeing everything, I was very impressed. I was very impressed with the product. I was even more impressed with the marketing plan because, you know, we are very seasoned. So when we see a plan, we know that, hey, this is the holy grail, you know, in network marketing. This is the one that, you know, I've been chasing for all this while, you know. So I looked at my cell phone and I punched in Google, 𝐉𝐴𝐺𝐿𝐫 or Kangen Water Malaysia. Nothing came out. You know, Kangen Water Malaysia, nothing came out. Then I put Kangen Asia. Nothing come out. Kangen Thailand, Kangen Philippines, nothing. Nobody was talking about Kangen at that point of time. Though I told myself, I said, this is it, man. I'm going to conquer Asia. And that's how I got excited. And then when Sam showed me the plan, so I still remember asking him how to get to 6A, and he told me accumulated sales of 100 units, 100 machine. At that point of time, there's no other product. Basically, it's Kangen machine. And first thing, so here's the success mindset I want you all to remember. So network marketing is a very different animal. Network marketing, although it may look like a traditional business, it has a product. You are supposed to sell the product, make commission. But if you really look at the whole marketing plan, then you realize that the founder of this company or the person who designed this plan actually wants you to promote the plan. Why? Because if you look at, if you are 1A and you introduce somebody, you get a 1A commission. But when that 1A person introduce somebody, you get the same commission like what you are supposed to get if you introduce a new person. So if you can see the plan very well if you use a network marketing eyes, okay, then you will realize that your goal is basically to promote the plan. Of course, the product is part of it now, but the plan is very important. So I still remember when Sam told me 100 unit, I wasn't really thinking about how am I going to sell 100 machine. I was like, in my mind, who are my contacts that will get me the 100 machine? So anyway, cut the long story short, in 4 months, I got 3 people that got me 100 machine and became a 6A. So a lot of people say, wow, of course, again, please do not compare your situation with mine, because when I was doing Kangen, I was already a seasoned network marketer. So that's the thing. So here's the point. Now, remember, if you sell 100 machine yourself, you become a 6A. If you find one person to get you 100 machine, you also become a 6A. If you find 10 people that give you 10 machine each, you also become a 6A. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you want to play this game easy, play it with a team. Okay, so that's always my advice to people. So I always tell them, this company allows you to get the result easier. So why want to do it the hard way? So I've always been on a leverage basis. So going from 6A, and then so I basically built my Malaysian business from April all the way to January. So April to January, I am very blessed to have very good people that come into my team. And some of these people are from my previous network marketing. So they are already seasoned. They know what to do. They know how to create events. They also have their own contact. So they have independently explode and the business grow. So I still remember come January, I told myself that, hey, I need to expand out of the Malaysia horizon. Remember, we are a global business, right? So why do I need to play a small market when I can literally play a very big market? So, and I still remember in my previous network marketing company, this one particular country became the #1 in the whole world. Guess what country is that? It's called the Philippines. Mabuhay to my Filipino friends. So I told myself, I said, I missed the boat in my previous company. I'm not going to miss the boat this round. So I said, I want to go to the Philippines. So I'm very happy. In January, I still remember it was January the 12th. I went to Philippines. Of course, I like to thank my great-great-grandmother in 𝐷𝐸𝐺𝐻, none other than Cynthia Briganti. She was the catalyst, sent me an email that got me a reason to go there because she was there to do a presentation. Anyway, cut the long story short, I went there. I called 7 people. And for certain reason, Filipinos are very nice. They will not reject you off the phone. They said they are coming to meet me, but 6 of them never showed up. I don't know why. But you know what? It's always a blessing in disguise. Mary is actually 2011. 2011, so it's 2012. Yeah, 2012. So sometimes your greatest challenge or your greatest defeat could be your greatest blessing. So I called up 7 people, right? 6 people didn't show up. 1 guy showed up. Guess who? None other than one of the top leaders now in 𝐷𝐸𝐺 Philippines. He's none other than my good brother, John Lim. Okay, so he showed up, and cut the long story short, in history, today now he built thousands and thousands of people all over Philippines and all over the world. So here's one thing I want you all to remember is that I think I wrote this in one of my Facebook posting. I said, if, you know, we all want people to join us, but you must always understand, not everybody is going to join you. Not everybody is going to buy from you. Not everybody, even if they join you, not everybody is going to do the business. But those that really do it with you are the one that's meant for you. Those that don't, doesn't matter. I still remember my mentor used to tell me, no doesn't count. Just count the yeses. So every time I used to ask him, how many people reject you before? He says, I don't know. Because no doesn't count. Only the yeses counts. Okay, so remember this. So after some time, I realized that, you know, the best is still to let it go and let it flow. You do your best. I'm not telling you don't do anything. I'm not telling you to just give up, sit at home, don't do anything. No. But once you have done everything you can, just let nature take its course. Let the world react at is what is meant to be, right? Okay, so with John, we made very good progress, starting from the Philippines. Then his group went on to rock many different markets like Norway, America, Taiwan, certain parts of Europe, Italy, you know. So I'm very blessed to have a Philippine team on top of my Malaysian team. And then as we grew, then I become a 6A2, 6A2-2, all within 1 year of growth, you know. To me, I think it's very fast in a sense that we don't have social media then. So we don't do any like social media stuff. In the early days, we don't even have office. So many countries, if some of your older leaders remember, many countries at that point of time still doesn't even have an office. Okay, so we are quite instrumental in creating offices all over Asia Pacific. So and yeah, so my growth in 𝐷𝐷𝐿 was very interesting. Okay, and but more important, I want to say this is I would not have made it to where I am today have I not had an amazing team. So my team, which we call ourselves the Kangen Power Team, is truly, I always, everywhere I go, I was just in Hong Kong a few days ago, and I tell people, I said, I mean, a lot of people say, Gary, you're the best, but I always said, I'm the best because I work with the best. My team is the best. You know, I only just get to do the easy part, which is to talk, you know, that's my favorite, you know. But my guys, you know, they arrange a lot of things. They are so supportive. They are so dynamic, you know, they open new market now. So many things happening. Of course, not forgetting my Australia team, you know, just I think two sessions or last Wednesday, you just heard from Win. She's an amazing lady, you know, something like 11 or 13 levels from me. But, you know, so to me, Kangen is, of course, making the money is very interesting. But when you really sit down and then you just start to reflect before you do Kangen and after you do Kangen, and then the relationships that you build, the connection that I have, like I have a brother from a different mother in Seattle, an amazing guy called 𝐷𝐸𝐻𝐷, you know, Cambodian. You know, we chill out so much. I was staying with his house, you know. So the connections that we make are so amazing. And I have never imagined, come on, guys, high school graduate. I've never even been to college. I don't know what it's like to have a college life. No college degree, no university degree. Today, I have so many brothers and sisters in Cambodia. I don't speak Khmer, but I have so many good people there, you know. So, and they have been doing the business. Most of y'all know, you know, we made 3 6823 without an office. Now with an office, we have 1 682-4, 2 682-3, and many more 6As there. So I'm just so happy with so many, you know, development that's really happening in the Kangen business, as of course in my team, you know. But of course today, you know, things are not as same as how it used to be before. All right. So how many of y'all were actually in the global convention in Vegas in August this year? If you were there, just say me. Just put a me if you were there in the global convention, you know. Anybody? Okay. So this global convention has opened up something that, oh, 𝐷𝐸𝐻𝐷 was me. Oh, okay. 𝐷𝐸𝐻𝐷 is me. In spirit, yes. Okay. Next one, Sonia, you must be there in Japan. Very much nearer. Okay. So, guys, whether we like it or not, okay, and I'll be very straightforward with y'all. Whether we like it or not, accept it or not, understand or not, this global convention has opened my eyes on one particular topic, that is internet marketing. So I know not everybody here, 125 of you, I know not everybody here are internet expert. I'm not. But whatever it is, you better find a way to get your business online. It is already proven in the global convention. Most of the people who are walking up the stage are using internet strategies. Okay. So online is very important. Now, some people always tell me, says, Gary, I don't know how, you know, I don't know the system. I mean, sometimes, guys, you don't need to even complicate things, you know. What you can even do is just do, like, I don't know how many of y'all are following me on my social media. If you are, you will know that every day I'm doing some posting, right? Every day, you know, I do my live video like Monday to Friday, you know, Saturday, Sunday is my rest day. Yeah. But it's actually not even, how should I say? It's not even hard work. It's only 3 to 5, or sometimes the longest is maybe like 10 minutes of just talking and connecting with people, sharing some thoughts, sharing some ideas. But guys, today, everybody's eyeballs is on the phone. And whether you like it or not, This is a fact. So if people's attention are there, I was just, this morning, by the way, I'm in my Cameron home. Thanks to 𝐉𝐸𝐺𝐫, gave a great life to a high school graduate. Okay. So this morning I was on my biking, and then I had breakfast. You know what I saw? But it's kind of disturbing to me. I don't like that, but this is what's reality. Right in front of me, there are two ladies and a small child. I think at best is like 3 years old, maybe 3 to 4 years old. All three of them was having a mobile phone in front of them, including the 3-year-old boy, like this. I mean, this is very normal, right? You see this every day, right? And both, I think they are sisters. One of them is the kid's mother. And both of them also have their phone, also is like this. I don't know why. They don't talk to each other anymore. They don't even look at the child. They was just looking, I don't know what. Is it a movie? Is it some news or what? I don't know. It's talking Chinese. And they are eating. So guys, what's telling you? Everybody's attention is on the phone. It's on some form of social media gadget. If you are not there, can I ask you a question? Are you missing out big time? So and some people tell me, Gary, I just say, just be there. If you don't like to show your face, then post some text, post some videos, post whatever, but you need to be there, and you need to be there loud. You need to be on social. Do you know, every now and then I'm getting a lot of people joining me on my social media. They just want to be part. I've got a couple from America that join me. And when there's so many people in America, they don't want to join, they join me. Somebody from Malaysia. Why? Because they've been following me. So again, the last 2 years, and especially the global convention this round in Vegas, it has opened up this thing. I mean, I'm seeing this, that the direction is online. I mean, you can still do the offline way, no problem. If you like people to people, nothing wrong. But please find a way to get your business online, because that's the direction. That's the direction. Okay, Simon, I think I've shared quite a bit. I'm not sure what else have I left. Is there anything else you guys want to know?
All right. So before that, can we give Gary a big thumbs up or not first, ladies and gentlemen? Has he given you guys a lot of value? If he has, if you have learned a lot from him in the last about 45 minutes, put value in the chat box, because I believe Gary is always coming from the heart. He's sharing about his life, 30 years of experience, what he has done, up and down. Very, very how do I say, very transparent form of sharing, which I personally always enjoy, because I like to hear people who are sincere and genuine in sharing their story and why he's in this network marketing industry and why he's in Kangen. So if you have gotten value from Gary, type value in the chat box. And if you have any questions, I have a few questions for Gary. Yeah. But if you have any questions, please put it in the chat box. Let's see if Gary can also help to address those questions so that you can build a bigger business, right? Now, Gary, for example, just how we talk about building this business online, on social media. So your message is just be there, because, I personally, I need to step up my online game, but I also post a lot of things on social media, because I also realize that, like what you say, everybody's on the phone, everybody is glued to technology. So what would you say to somebody who is maybe 6 months in the business, 1 year in the business, they don't know what to post, what content, what are the words should I... So somebody who has zero clue on how to build their following on social media, what would you say should be their first baby step? First baby step. What do you think they should do?
Okay. Thanks, Simon. And that's a really good question. Okay. So, yeah, I know there are a lot of people who are very new to this whole online thing. And I'm very sure you will also agree, there are so many methodology online, right? So it's like some people talk about ads, some people even talk about very good copywriting. Some people even talk about personal branding. Some people even talk about need to have a book. And some people talk about organic marketing, organic generation of leads. So again, few things, my advice to people who wants to go into online marketing. First, remember when I started my talk today, I told you what my mentor told me. So he says, Gary, one of the fastest, easiest, most effective way to be successful is to follow a successful person. So if you want to play the internet game, there's no other way. You may sometimes need to allocate some money, beg, borrow, and steal, find money. You have to find a mentor. I'm not going to tell you it's easy because, guys, I mean, seriously, in this internet marketing, I cannot be your mentor. I am old school. I always tell people I'm old school, I'm a dinosaur. I cannot be your mentor. Okay? But I'll be very frank with you. I have mentors in this area. So I connect to people who not only are good, they already have results. And I'm very sure you all know who lah. You know, today now you go on Facebook, you can find all these people making big income in 𝐉𝐸𝐺𝐻 through internet marketing with 𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻. So number one, find somebody who knows how to do it. Number two, I've also been advising people to do this. I said, especially if you are like me, no clue, and of course, you don't have passion. Now, today, I'm not sure if one of my leaders from Philippines is here. Bernard Huela, if you are here, just say hello to me. If Bernard. So, not everybody is like my friend here. Bernard Huela is, I'm very sure, in his 50s. I'm not sure if he's 60s, but in his 50s. But he has very passion. He has a lot of passion in internet marketing. He learned up the whole thing and he did everything himself. That's great because he had the passion. He got the right people and he did it. But not everyone is like Bernard, including me. So let's say somebody like Sonia. Okay. So maybe you are not an internet marketer. So my advice to you is this. Okay. And it may sound strange. Okay. It may sound strange. Do not try to learn internet marketing. So, what is this? I thought Gary is always telling us to learn about it because you must understand the world of the internet changes not in years or months. It changes in minutes. Do you all realize that? The whole internet changes like minutes, you know. Do you know how fast this ChatGPT is growing? It's crazy. I mean, a few months ago, we don't even have this thing called ChatGPT. Now there's ChatGPT. So, you know what's the best thing you can do for your network marketing or your 𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻 business? Go and find the expert and collaborate with them. That's what I will teach you. You see, I've got so many baby boomers in my group. Baby boomers, they are probably like in their 50s and 60s. No clue, no idea about network marketing. And I mean, no idea about internet marketing. And then they always ask me, Gary, how to do that? I said, don't bother to learn anymore. You are already maybe like, let's say, I mean, just think about it. If you have 80 years to live, and now you are 60 or probably 70, you only have 10 years more. You still want to stress your mind, brain cells to learn internet marketing. You'll be crazy. So I said, forget about all that. Go and collaborate. The word is collaborate. And I'm telling you, there are a lot of geniuses out there waiting for the right platform like 𝐷𝐸𝐺𝐻 for you to collaborate with them. So find a mentor that is to give you some guideline, and then collaborate with people who knows how to do it. Number three, the thing that I talk about being loud on social media is this. Yesterday I did, again, I want to share. Yesterday I did a team coaching with my Australia team, and I told them this. So some of them asked me this question. Gary, is there any way to be loud on social media and don't be seen? You know, there are a lot of people who are very afraid to be seen, right? They don't want to show their face. They don't want to show anything. Now, I may not be entirely true. Okay, I may not be entirely right. Again, I'm not an expert in this area, but my personal belief is this. You see, in 𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻, there are two ways of selling. One, you sell product. You are product based. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, nothing wrong. 𝐷𝐸𝐺𝐻 pays very well. If you are product based selling, then you don't show your face. Okay, every day you can put Daniel Dimmakali, you can put Simon Low showing the M guard. Nothing wrong. Because you are product selling. Okay. But if you are wanting to build raving fans, if you want to build network, you want to build followers to follow you, to build a network, to build an empire, My personal belief is you need to show your face because people need to connect with you. If they don't see you, then who is this? Like I don't know what you call. There's one fictitious guy like a terrorist, always on some funny thing. People cannot join somebody if they don't see that person. And all the people that I've been interviewing on internet marketing with Kangen always talks about being yourself. People like to follow genuine person. I mean, if this is my house, this is my house. Tomorrow I cannot be showing you another house. This is my house, right? So people want to see genuine, the real person. And there are a lot of people want to follow somebody like this. Either they have the money, they don't have the money, whatever it is, but they have the heart to succeed just like you. So some of the things is get a mentor, collaborate with people, be loud, be consistent, and you need to find your niche. So somebody asked me again yesterday, Gary, like you make it, you are so successful, you can talk easily. But like me, I don't have, so I always tell them this, I say, everybody, listen, whether it's Nori, Bunchu, Mirai Design, Sonia, Dotun, Heyman, every one of y'all have something inside of you that somebody out there needs to hear about. I'm telling you, you have something that maybe you are a single mother, you know how to raise a kid. Maybe you have a kindergarten teacher, you know how to teach small children, whatever. You are a pet, you love to raise pets, You have something that somebody out there wants to learn from you. So be you on social media and be loud. Loud means be there every day, consistent. I mean, I don't like to sound like you need to work hard about it, but if you really want to create raving fans, then you need to be seen every day. People need to see you, Simon, every day. If they don't, there's a saying, I don't know what's it, out of sight, out of sight, out of mind. So why McDonald's, Coca-Cola, big time names, Mercedes, why do you think they're still spending billions on ads? You think about this. It's the same. People need to see them every single day. On social media for the last, what if off year, like Cynthia Brigandi joined your organization? Is it worth it? I've been talking the last 10 years. Nobody joined me. What if the 10th year and the 3rd month, a person like Romy Vadera joins your organization? Think about that possibility. And how much does it cost you? 0. How long does it take? Probably 3 minutes, one video. Okay. So yeah, I hope that's kind of answers some of your questions, Simon.
I think that advice is spot on, because don't talk about people in their 50s or 60s. Even me, don't talk about 50s or 60s, but even people like us, we are not in the internet. It's like we are not in the internet. No point going into that and try to compete with those people who are in it 24/7. So even for people as young as me, we also should be looking at collaboration. And that's what I'm looking to do as well. So I think, Gary, thanks for that. It's very spot on. So guys, if you want to be in the internet space, look for collaborators, look for people already in the space. Look for people who are already great marketers, but don't know what to sell. People who can build systems, but don't know what to sell, or they have been selling something else. And now you introduce Kangen to them, and you can basically collaborate, merge the two together. All right. So thank you, Gary, on that. Number 2, somebody asked in the chat box, I think it's Bunchu. So I think you have shared a little bit about the Malaysian market where you started. There was no office, quote unquote, had to smuggle, the machine from Hong Kong, this and that, and all that thing. So that was Malaysia. But would you ask, how about Cambodia? There was also no office. There was nobody know about Kangen. And I believe for the price of the machine, it was also big.
Crazy.
Crazy, right? To average Cambodian. And I believe hearing one of your stories, when you went there, when you did a presentation, you asked them who want to buy the machine. Nobody put up their hands, and all that kind of thing. So I think Bunchu asked, how did you open up the market without an office in Cambodia? If you can share a little bit on your Cambodian story.
Okay, thank you, Simon, and thank you, Bunchu. That's also a very good question. Now, before I actually share about my Cambodia market, I also want to tell you all this. Gary Gan, not Superman. I don't wear my underwear outside. So again, I want to say this is a lot of people tend to glorify a champion's victory, but they forgot the champion has got many unsuccessful attempts before the victory. So I want you all to remember this. Before Cambodia, I've also tried attempting opening other market that wasn't successful. Okay, so I don't want to get to the spiritual aspect of things, but this world is like what my mentor, 𝐷𝐷 𝐆𝐚𝐫𝐬 always say, this world is a combination of 13.9 billion years of evolution. So it will work out whatever. We are just playing our role. Okay. So first I want to say is that for Cambodia market, most of y'all know. I mean, any one of y'all have been to Cambodia, give me a 3. Any one of y'all have been to Cambodia market, give me a 3, okay? I understand people, yeah, okay. So, average income in Cambodia is $150. Today, I heard it's much better. It's $300 or $400, but it's still very low. It's only 17 million population. And yeah, I mean, nothing compared to, like, let's say Malaysia or things like that. So I still remember going there. My first time going there was 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2015. So at that point of time, I already got a 5A distributor in Cambodia, sponsored by my Thailand team member. And I called my Thailand leader and I said, hey, I want to do, because nobody, at that point of time, nobody is doing Cambodia, right? Average sales 0. Average sales 0. A good day is 10, but average is 0. So nobody is really doing it. So, and I also saw in my previous network marketing, there's a lot of action happening, and you guys will be surprised. Cambodia is actually MLM friendly. So there are a lot of people who, of course, they are also bad MLM, bad network marketing. They are also bad aftertaste, but a lot of people can accept network marketing in Cambodia. You just need to find the right people, right? So then I told my Thailand leader, I said, hey, I want to expand Cambodia. Can you get 50 people for me in a seminar in a hotel? Then he said, okay, done. So when I fly there wasn't 50 people. There was only 10 people, not in a hotel, in a house. Oh my gosh, what's happening? But anyway, cut the long story short, out of that 10 people, 8 people never even move after that. But this one couple, none other than, they are now 6A2-3, literally 99% of Cambodia market is under them. Whole market, you know, none other than Dr. Tirit, Chu Tirit and his wife, Dina. Okay, strong Dina. So anyway, so you see, first and foremost, you must understand. So to answer Boon Chu's question is this. Your mindset must be correct when you want to start a new market. What I mean by mindset must be correct. You see, a lot of people, when they start new market, they always like to take easy route. Like, is there office? Is there any training? That means they want everything to be red carpet, you know. But I always tell people this. I say, hey, hello. If everything is already laid out, everything is there, then hello, you are not the first. Then what's the big deal? You know, I call your name, Boon Chu, like in stadium, you know, Boon Chu. You can't even see you, you know. So again, so all the leaders that come, the first thing I before even we talk about pricing or anything, I always tell them this. This journey is going to be super, super hard. Are you ready? If you are not ready, it's okay. I'm looking for the next one. Because they're going to bang the wall. I'm telling you, you ask Nori in the early days, you know how difficult to get the machines in from Thailand to Cambodia? So difficult, I tell you, in the early days. People crying, bleeding already. But I said, hold on there, because very soon when this thing explodes, this market open, you'll be there, you'll be up there. And true enough, there are all these people who cried in the early days, all up there. So first and foremost, the mindset must, I always tell them, this is called pioneering. So every pioneer will have something called a pioneering pain. What's that word? Be able to accept the pain. So yeah, people will reject you like crazy. Why? Because nobody has heard it. You know, in a country with 17 million people, 150 US a month salary, and you are telling people to buy a machine. Those days, SD51 also $4,200. Who is going to buy? But of course, so that is the first thing. So you want to start any market, pioneering mindset. You must drill into them pioneering mindset. Number two, so when you open new market, you must get them to see the big picture. And I always tell people, what is the big picture in 𝐷𝐁𝐺? And my mentor always tell me this. He says, Gary, in network marketing, you can make some money selling the product, some money. So, but in 𝐷𝐁𝐺, you make a lot more money lah, because why? In 𝐷𝐁𝐺, high ticket sales ma. So maybe 5,000, you make $2,700, very good income. So, but it's still, to me, is some money. But if you want to conquer the world, that means you want to be great, you want to be top 10 in the company, you have to build people. So when I started new market, I always paint them a picture. So you must be very good in showing them the picture. So if you can ask any, like I can see here, Nori is there, I always talk, Teban, that's our talk, Teban. Teban in English is, we can do it just like Malaysia boleh lah, you know, Teban. So we always have to have whatever pain that comes in. Number two, you see, there are people who will buy the product, there are people who will join the business. In the beginning, I was more interested to look for people to join the business. You see, because through my years in doing network marketing, I realized something, no, guys. I'm telling you this upfront, whether you all can accept it, cannot accept it, I'm just going to tell you it. When people buy a product, for certain reason, they will think of excuses not to buy unless they are really, really convinced. That's why in the early days, I'm very sure Simon will know, some people deliver water for like 3 months, the guy refused to buy, right? So unless they really, really convinced, or maybe they try it and then they see some big changes, and then money is also not an issue, they will buy. But for certain reason, when we show people about money, yes, there are also haters. There are also people who will say this is a scam. I don't believe in this. Yes. But for certain reason, when you are able to show them the future of making money, when money is involved, the objections seem to be much lesser one, you know. And I mean, for certain reason, again, I want to say this. I want to debunk the myth. I want to debunk the myth. Just like I first went to Philippines, everybody is telling me, Gary, are you crazy? Philippines, all poor people. Hey, but actually not Philippines poor lah. You just look at them. Their main city looks like New York. So again, a lot of people say, hey, Cambodia, poor people. Not true. They may look like they are poor, sitting motorbike, wearing shorts and slippers, but actually they got money. Question. Would they want to give you the money? That is the question. So I realized that, you know, they're not poor. I mean, yeah, maybe the average income is poor, but for certain reason, they saved up or they invested in land or whatever. But there are rich people. There are also people who can afford Kangen. So the point is, I realized when you sell them an opportunity to make money and the machine becomes free, the cost of the investment comes back, the ROI is there. That is where you start to see the spark. So I hope that answers your question, Simon and Bunchu, you know.
It did. And I think that is my Nigerian friends. I think their story sounds quite familiar, right? It's all the same one. You go there, like what Gary has said, is like if you want to go to a place where the roads has been built, everything has been built, infrastructure has been built, then you're not the pioneer, you're not the pioneer anymore. Somebody has already pioneered the market. And I think I can relate with Gary on the pioneering pain. Is that the pioneering pain that you mentioned is very painful. But when you go through it, well, we reap the benefits. You know, and we look at Gary's team now, Philippines and Cambodia, they are doing extremely well. And, you know, just now I catch something when Gary said it. Because of your years in network marketing, you said when you join Kangen business, your first focus is to look for business partner, sell the product later. Now, in 𝐷𝐻𝐺, I have noticed is people with either some network marketing experience or no network marketing experience, right? Your first thing is to sell the product. Business later on. Say, let me achieve 5A first. Let me achieve 6A first. Then I go and look for business partners. But what I've learned from Gary and what he has said in so simple terms is when he started, his first thing is to look for the builders. Right. So I think if all of us can make that shift, right, and if we can get our downline to make that shift, I think we can grow extremely fast. So last question, Gary, before we go, because almost 1 o'clock already, is we know that you are a superpower. I mean, the way you talk, I mean, it's very convincing that why we need to be part of the business. How are you able to transfer this downwards into your team? What are the systems you use to duplicate, your brain or what you know and what you see in this business onto your team? Do you do a lot of regular trainings? Do you do one-on-one? Do you do Zoom meetings? Or do you just send them some videos on some of your things? Or you get them to run? And by the way, where to get your book? Later, please also share where to get your book. Is it available online now? Because there are people from international crowd. But let's focus on the question is, how do you duplicate yourself downwards into your team? I think this is important as well for everybody.
Okay, so guys, yeah, thanks, Simon, and that's a very good question. You see, even me, I've gone through phases in my life. Okay, so everybody will go through different phases, different priorities change. Okay, so guys, if you look at the chat group, the chat box there, you can find my book. So if you want to get my book, you can always order it online. That's an ebook. If you want to get it on Amazon, you can also find the link there. Anyway, so different priorities in your life changes, different objective changes. So in the early days, I was very, what we call as, I want to create everything so, like, as if, like I am McDonald's. I create everything and I says, Sonia, you just come in, do this. But I realize through the years, again, it is about priorities in life and phases of life. In the early days when my team was small, I can do that. So to answer your question, Simon, we used to do those days every week. We have a session. Of course, this was pre-internet age. So I'm not sure if you have been to my office. I used to have an office in Puchong called the 𝐿𝐴𝐻. Oshiro was there also. So we used to do a lot of, the regular meetings. Then, then we have our KPT leadership seminar. We have a lot of team building, team stuff, 6A exclusive club. Then we have retreats, charity. Until today, we are still doing our once a month charity events.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but as time goes on, this is my advice to a lot of leaders that probably when you reach a certain level, when you have a lot more people, we want to enjoy, not to say we don't want to work anymore. I still want to do a lot of things, but our roles change. So instead of me becoming very focused into the individual system, I actually allow my team to create their own system. Because, and especially so when you are dealing with global, like the cultures in Philippines, Malaysia, Cambodia, Norway, let's say Vietnam, Australia, my Indonesia team, all different. Language also different. So when you are dealing with all these different things and you want to bring all of them together and create something, one thing will happen. Number one, you will have certain high expectation. If that expectation is not met, guess what happened? You feel somehow, I mean, you can say I meditate every day, but you will somehow feel some form of disappointment. Okay. So again, I after some years, I realized that it will be better that all my people have their own thing, own system. So, but one thing that, of course, a lot of my team appreciate my energy. So that's where my strength comes in. So off and on, they will still hold some big events where they invite me. I will go and talk, whether it's an online coaching program or whether I go up on stage in their event, I'll do that. But one thing that I'm now doing for my whole team as a general thing is we are coming out with an online platform. And this one, I have to do it is because because of my network with the global leaders in 𝐉𝐺𝐻. So some of my people who are still new, they don't have that resources. So because of my resources or having this network, so we are able to create that platform. So that is the only thing that I'm creating that, but I'm not, no obligation. I'm just saying whoever that wants, look into this program. If you want to do this online system, then this is it. So to answer your question, Simon, final one is, network marketing is actually just like a family system. Do you realize that? I mean, this is how I look, but of course, Simon, you are still young. Probably you'll be getting married soon, right? I always see some couple photos now with you.
For a different discussion.
Okay, so like in my case, I've got 4 beautiful children. Some of you have seen them grown from babies to teenagers now. So I also have my parents before, my late parents. So you see, the thing that I realized, and my mentor used to tell me this, is, Gary, actually network marketing is just like a family system. The whole growth system, the whole pass out from father to children, children to grandchildren is the same. So you think about this, would you like a very controlling, a very obsessive parent that says, Simon, you must do this, or you prefer somebody that appreciates you for your originality, supports you behind, and let you grow to be who you want? Everybody likes that. So then I realized that we as leaders no different. We just let our people grow to be who they are meant to be. We just be their greatest cheerleader and cheer them all the way to success. So again, this different phase of my life. So as of now, this is where I'm heading. But we still create many events that will magnify their recognition, their achievement. So yeah, we try not to micromanage as much.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Gary. So
okay.
I like the example of the family thing. Nobody likes obsessive, authoritative control. So similar in our network marketing business. Me personally, I've seen authoritative on their network, and normally it doesn't turn out well, because confirm you have people that say, hey, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that. You know, so I hope you guys have gotten what Gary's message in the last question about how to duplicate yourself. Basically, in essence, he is supporting everybody like a big cheerleader to make sure that everybody is original, build themselves, and take the initiative, more on inspiring them to take the initiative to become a leader. I think that's the hidden message there. That don't everything look like Gary. Hey, Gary, when are you going to do this? Gary, when is the next event? If everything is so Gary, right, then there's no duplication, right? So what he's saying is inspire them to create their own system, take on the leadership role. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you have learned a lot from today's session with our topic speaker, Mr. Gary Gunn, type Gary Gunn in the chat box to thank him for his presence to be on this meeting. He's in his beautiful home in Cameron. Maybe one day I will see you there, Gary. I know how to write. I got no bike. I know how to write. And
I got plenty.
Can. So we'll do that. And then when you come back to Puchong, maybe we can also achao you for makan as well. Right? I've not visited your office so far. So well, thank you so much, Gary. Thank you for all the people in the chat box who have been participating and also getting a lot of questions from you guys. I believe Gary would appreciate that. And once again, can we get, I think it's Charger, right? Charger, can we put in the link to the book again in the chat box so that people can buy the book, ebook, and also the physical book? Because I believe if you want to succeed in network marketing and you want, and he is somebody in the energy business, you have to get the book. Yeah. So if you can get the link once again. All right. So without further ado, right, I'd like to thank Gary from my side for being our speaker for this week. Hope to have you back again, brother. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And we will see you next week in the next Wednesday meeting. You will receive the announcement from 𝐉𝐺𝐻. And once again, all right, take action today. Get all the golden nuggets from Gary and apply it. Because if you don't apply it, right, then what have you achieved in the last 2 hours if you don't apply it? Everything goes back to the same, right? So learn from top leaders like Gary, and then hey, somebody said JKT asked, Gary, book got autograph or not? Autograph.
Come and see me in Puchong. I'll sign for you.
Okay, he will sign the book in Puchong. Okay, so please go and visit Gary in Puchong. All right, guys. So have a wonderful weekend ahead. Tonight at